Come in. He's coming. Who is it?
Good afternoon everyone, welcome to Natureland. My name's Simon, so I'm going to tell you now about the work we do here rescuing seals. So these are harbour seals, these guys, and we have England's largest colony of harbour seals out in the Wash, just a few miles away. And we've also got another native species of seal in Great Britain, the grey seal, and we have two grey seal colonies nearby. There's one north of us at Donanook and another one out in the Wash. These harbour seals are born in the summer, grey seals in the winter, so we're busy all year round seal rescuing. Now, a few things to note if you find a seal on a beach, you never know, you might do one day. Some safety tips and things like that to help you and the seals out. First of all, please remember they're wild animals. I know they look cute, but they're not tame or friendly necessarily, so they can be dangerous. It's best to give them some space if you find them on the beach. The babies have got the jaw strength of a large dog and with much sharper teeth. And the mouth full of bacteria, so a bite can soon get to infections. Seal bite infections are horrendous.
I was quite lucky then, to be honest.
So it's best to stay out of their way, give them a bit of space. They do sometimes carry diseases that are transmissible to humans and dogs as well. So that's the second little point. Dogs, if you've got a dog with you or anybody nearby has got a dog, it's not on a lead, get it on a lead and right away from the seal. Seals can do a lot of damage to your dogs, and the dogs can do more damage to the seals as well, so it's best to keep them apart. Something else people do, makes sort of sense to you guys, is push them into the water when they find them, but that's the last thing you want to be doing. Seals know what they're doing, they've got out of the water for a reason. Some of them are just having a sleep, and the poorly and sick ones are too poorly and sick to swim around, so they've got out of the water as well. So shoving them in the water is not going to do them any favours. They don't need to be wet like whales and dolphins, they're absolutely fine out of water. Also, if you shove them into the water, they can't be rescued if they're swimming around in the water. So that doesn't work. So of course, call us Seal Sanctuary. If you're anywhere near here, you can give us a ring. We cover a large stretch of coastline from halfway to Mablethorpe to the north of us, all the way down to Boston, south of us. So when you call Seal Sanctuary, it's a really good location. The better that is, the faster we can find the seal. Some of our beaches are very big, so that really helps. If you can stay near the seal by the phone, it also helps. Not always possible, of course. So when we come out to the seal, we're going to assess whether or not it actually even needs to be rescued. Some of them are perfectly healthy, we're not rescuing those, but poorly sick ones, of course, are going to be rescued. So things that could be wrong with them, they'll have bites and scratches. They've got teeth and claws and they bite and scratch each other. Dog bites. Dogs generally stay away from seals' faces where the teeth are, generally bite the back ends. Injuries from man-made things, nets, rubbish thrown in the sea, flying around on beaches, the seals get their heads tangled up in them, sometimes they're flippers, cause nasty injuries. They can be orphaned, a bit young and don't know what they're doing, not feeding themselves. There can be pneumonia, infections, all kinds of things. So the poorly ones are brought back here, taken over to the hospital to be looked after. So in there, of course, we treat their injuries, give them medicines, hydrate them, feed them, make them well. They'll stay indoors for a few weeks, get you better. And when they're stronger, there's a little pool outside for them to go into. Stay out there for a little while. When they're a bit stronger again, they'll come over here. This is the final stage before they're released. So in here, they're eating lots of fish, putting weight on. So we get the seals to a nice healthy body weight of about 30 kilos. Why 30 kilos? Because their mums will feed them on their milk if everything goes to plan for 3 or 4 weeks, and it'll get them up to about 30 kilos. So their mum leaves them to it. So it's a good body weight. They've got enough blubber to stay warm regardless of the time of year at that point. So we use the same marker. So when they're at 30 kilos, they go in a box back to the beach, just back here, and we let them go. So from there, they can do what they like, really. They're home again. So we've released them here. They've been found out in the Wash. We've had them found off the coast of Scotland. There were Somebody sent us a photograph a few years ago of one of these seals swimming around in the sea off the coast of Normandy in France. So how do we know they're our seals? Well, simply we tag them. Little plastic tags in their back flippers. That's 2 different coloured pieces of plastic, so the colour combination is changed every year. They've got a number and our name on them, and we keep medical records of all of the seals we rescue, so it's very easy to spot those with a camera. Now the only reason we can do all this rescuing is because we've got our lovely customers coming in to help us out. So thank you for coming in today and helping these little seals out. While you're here, if you'd like to help any further, there's a gift shop and a restaurant. All the money you spend goes to looking after the seals. They do get quite expensive to take care of, costing anything up to about £2,000 each. They can be with us between a month and a year. And of course lots of things to pay for. Medicines and vet bills alone are expensive, as well as all their food. These guys eat a lot of fish. They're eating, the little ones in here now, about just shy of 3 kilos. Some of the bigger ones are eating about 3.5 kilos of fish each every day. And we're going to rescue 50, maybe 60 seals over the course of the year. So it does get quite pricey. Now every year we name them, we pick a little theme, and theming them makes it a little easier to put the names. We have been doing this since the mid-60s. A bit of effort coming up with lots of names. So last year's theme was drinks. We've got last seal from last year. This is Tango. Tango's now about a year old, and she'll be getting released this week. She's got about 300 grams to put on. She should be able to manage that, I would hope. So the others are restaurants, and I've got too many now to remember them all. So I've got Bella Italia, Papa John, Domino, Zizi, Wasabi, Lusa, and Casper's. I don't know where these restaurants might be local, some of these. I'll throw you some fish now. There we go. So when they're very small, of course they often don't know what they're doing, or they're too weak to feed themselves. We have to force feed them. We'll go from there to sort of gently hand feeding them. And then when they're a bit stronger, we put food on the floor for them to pick up. And once we've got them in the water, we let them feed themselves. This is as close to natural as it's going to get for them while they're here. You can see they're all managing it.
Nom, 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 nom.
Oh! Oh! What are you doing in there?
What's that seal called?
He's got a visitor behind him.
Solo behind you.
It's off.
Anybody got any questions you'd like to ask me about the seals? Are you not feeding live? We haven't got live fish, and it's illegal. It's animal cruelty, we can't do that. We've got no way to keep live fish, so it can't be done, basically.
Do you breed them?
No, we don't breed these ones, these are rescues. Those ones breed. So, yes, we do. So, you know, as and when they decide to do that, that's up to them.
Do you know when you release them?
Yeah.
Do you release them where you found them?
No, we take them to the beach here, let them go. The less time they're in a box, the less stressful it is. There's no reason to go right back to where we got them from, so they can find their own way wherever they feel like going at that point. Yeah.
Were the bigger ones rescued?
They were all rescued as well, yeah, they were.
Why weren't they released?
Lots of different reasons, usually medical reasons and things like that. So sometimes there's been disease outbreaks, or they've had medical problems that they've had to stay. Any more questions? No? All right, well thank you very much.
Thank you.
Come again soon.
We will.